You know, someone said that frickin' Panera's Pepsis taste funny.
Better.
No, I mean,
What? All right, everybody. Hello. All right,
sorry.
everybody. Hey, man, sweet movie.
Take
Ah,
back all.
do what?
I don't know.
It's like that's not from Mrs. Doubtfire.
It was when I was
No,
in
yeah, your first one was
Oh,
Mrs. Doubtfire, but the second one, I don't know what the hell that was. But welcome everybody to the Average Intelligence Podcast. As Justin has noted, we are early, but this is our new normal because
yeah.
we old as fuck, and we got bedtimes. So if you don't like it, well, you can watch it later.
You
But
can eat it.
one thing you can't do now is cancel us, even though they tried that one time.
Yeah. What was that with
Flying with
the
Delta.
plane? Yeah. Yeah.
And I was proud of that one, dude. That was funny, and that was a really good episode, which you can see on our Rumble channel, and you can still listen to it on Spotify. So it's not completely gone. I highly recommend it. It's quite a good episode. I'm very proud of it, and YouTube blocked it immediately. Although those that caught the live stream were able to watch it before we got canceled. So those lucky few, you were there. You the real ones.
That was funny. I still couldn't believe that.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Yeah. Just wait.
Or during the first podcast when Coke cut the funding.
Well, we learned our lesson. Do
Oh
not
no,
mention
Coke
Dr.
cut the
Pepper on
funding.
this. Do not mention Dr. Pepper on this podcast in a positive manner.
Yeah,
Otherwise,
or Dr. Phil. Adam Ray will get you.
but anyway, apart from the cancellation of cancel culture, this podcast tonight is brought to you by our friends at Gevi, specifically their Beat the Heat Summer Ice Maker, which you will hear about a little bit later on, and by Again and Forever, specifically their latest single, Chop Suey Reimagine, which you'll get to hear a snippet of a little bit later. But now we're gonna go back. We're gonna go, which is it's kind of not prophetic. It's appropriate because I am, like I said, I'm doing my full South Park watch through because I had never seen the series in its entirety, and I'm in season 20 now. So I'm back when Garrison was running for president. So he hasn't won it yet.
Oh, okay.
Um,
See, that's
it's old. It's super old, and it's weird because the stuff is still extremely relevant. And then I have to remind myself, I'm like, wait a minute, this is back in 2016. This is almost 10 years ago.
yeah, it's crazy how far TV has gotten, and like I just few years of not watching it, it feels like it's been like 10 years, and it has.
Well, but that's what I'm saying though. That's what's funny about because like South Park season 20 is still very relevant today. Like even talking about how like the new Star Wars sucked, the whole member berry nostalgia subplot. But the biggest thing though is that wasn't the beginning of cancel culture. I'm trying to remember when that whole bit really started. Wasn't it if I remember
It's
correctly,
been
didn't
around
it?
for a while. It just got
Yeah,
really popular.
but didn't it it didn't start with Kevin Hart, but I think that was
Mm-mm.
that was the first really big name I can think of when he was Kevin, for those who can't remember Star Destroyers? No, when Kevin Hart was supposed to host the Oscars, and I forget what year it was, but then that old tweet came out about how if his son was gay, he'd basically beat his son. And it was a joke. He's
It's
a
like,
comedian. It was from 10 years
well, I
prior
mean,
too.
Kanye. I mean, I remember he was starting to get canceled when he did that shit to Taylor Swift.
Um, I don't
But
know. I don't know that I would call that canceling per se, but
well, they were trying to call him crazy and stuff like that, and then how his actions were after that. And don't get me wrong, yeah, it's crazy, but like the dude was passionate, and honestly, no one's ever done anything like that before. Similar to like Will Smith getting up and slapping Chris Rock. No one's ever done that before,
well,
so
I
everybody's
think they
just
were
like,
trying to
"What the
see.
fuck?"
Here's the funny thing. I think the Kanye moment was real, and Kanye also had that. Sure. Anybody who's ever on stage or on camera with Kanye West has got to be very nervous by this point. Because if you remember, God, this was going back to Hurricane Katrina when they were doing that live telethon, and he's on camera with Mike Myers being Kanye West.
They're up there reading like, "Man, I hope this motherfucker don't fucking interrupt me, man.
Well,
Please don't
this was
interrupt me. Please
this
don't
was
interrupt me."
this was prior to Kanye was a little eccentric, but he wasn't perceived as crazy yet because Mike Myers gives this really heartfelt, obviously read but heartfelt speech, and then Kanye just there's like a beat, and then Kanye just goes live on television. George Bush doesn't care about black people, and then the look on Mike Myers' face is priceless. Go back and what he's literally like he doesn't sell it. He does a good job of not overly selling it, but his face shifts ever so slightly from like this is sad to oh God.
I mean, he could have, Mike could have handled that a little differently. He could have just been like, and then just been like that, and everybody probably would have just laughed instead of just playing it off. They'd be like, they would all be focused on him, and he could have played that off. He could have
It's
saved
true.
Kanye.
That's true, Justin. You are constantly trying to get yourself canceled, but you're too Canadian about it.
Yeah,
Because you
you
always
got.
well you don't always, but sometimes you start a lot of times you start out your hot takes with, "Hey, listen, I'm sorry," but it's like, no, man, you got to if you want to get canceled, you got to go full Shane Gillis and just be like,
Well, no, he can't say too much about his government. They might arrest him.
valid, but he's far more worried about the United States government, which, frankly, right now, I
Nah,
don't
that ain't
know.
nothing to worry about now. Like it is what it is.
I don't know about
Like
that.
did
I saw a couple
like
things
what?
today. Well, so there was now I don't know all the details, but it looked like a very odd arrest, and I did verify that she is a U.S. citizen. But an anti-ICE advocate was very, very roughly arrested today in Los Angeles, and by roughly I mean thrown to the ground, and I don't mean pushed. I mean grabbed, thrown, and pinned to the
Now, what
ground.
did she do before she
That's
got thrown to the
that's
ground?
that's what I'm saying. But I guess here's my point with that, though.
They are so filmed, it's hard to get away with anything.
I did that. I don't know about all that, but I mean, I guess here's
Every time on Instagram or whatever, dude swiping, like all I see is just ICE arrests and people going up, going, "Where's your badge?" Blah blah blah. It's like, don't get me wrong, like, but the thing is, they can't put their badges out because then crazy people, come to their houses and try to kill them when they're just like literally just paid to do their job. Don't get me wrong, like, should they not do their job?
it's a case by case
It's what they're
basis for
paid
me.
for.
Well,
I
but
know,
I
but it's
guess
not up to them. It's up to their superiors. Like I hate that argument because it's like the Hitler argument. It's like, would you have done your job? It's like, yeah, because they're gonna kill me if I don't do my job.
and I gotta choose my words carefully here because I don't want to speak out of turn. Speaking of getting canceled, but I guess my whole thing is to me it's very ironic and as far as it goes right now, if I could describe the current administration in one word, it would be not illogical. What am I trying to say here? Well, I guess okay, it'd be two words. It would be intellectually inconsistent. Would be the nice way of putting it. What's this? I'm guessing it's Depeche mood or
Douche
Depeche
mood,
mood.
ICE agents with mask, worse than Gestapo. At least they show faces. Well, douche mood,
I
I
think
would just
it's
have
I
to
think
say,
it's I
I mean,
think it's Depeche, but not douche.
I'm
I was
sorry,
gonna say
my bad.
I'm gonna defend my friend here because I know he wasn't doing that on
My bad,
purpose.
my bad, my bad. Depeche Mode. Oh my God, it's Depeche Mood. Oh, that's
Yeah,
clever. I like that. I like Depeche Mode. Oh my gosh.
Okay, but anyway, here
Douche.
my point being, because it's like, okay, and you remember this. You remember when Antifa was kind of a big deal, bigger deal, because they're still around. Well, but okay, but here's the
Yeah.
thing. What did every single right wing politician and commentator say? Why are you wearing a mask? What are you afraid of? Why don't you tell your face?
Well, there's a big difference between them and law enforcement.
Not really. Not terribly. And I would say, and I don't agree with Antifa, by the way. No, no, no. Hear me out. Hear me out. Hear me out. Hear me out.
And I know, but Antifa is not paid by them
I
by the
understand that. I
well,
understand that. But
actually,
here's the thing. But here's the thing, though. Law enforcement is held to a higher standard than Antifa. Because I agree with the sentiment. I just think it also applies to law enforcement. And
well, ICE
you're talking about a
enforcement
group
is
of
different.
people. But is it though? It's still law enforcement. What's
Yeah,
the
of course.
difference? Well,
I
no, but what's the difference?
somebody
But
breaks
what's
the law, they're coming for them, I guess.
well, okay, so what's the difference between ICE and SWAT?
SWAT goes against criminals, and ICE goes against criminals because if you jump the border, you're a criminal.
Right, but one of them is, well, I guess
AI Trump
Hang on.
gangs.
No, okay, so I was about to make a really, really bad example. Okay. So that's a bad example too.
Trump ain't Al Capone. He's not that
He wishes he was Al Capone.
he's not that good like to be able to pull stuff off like that. I disagree with a lot of stuff, but I agree with some of the stuff. So I'm not
I've
gonna be
gotten
one
way
of
off.
those
I've got
blind haters.
Yeah, I've gotten way off track here. Where was I going with that? Oh yeah, so I mean, and the other thing that I saw, and this has been going on for a while, but now the Trump administration finally just came out and said it, that they're basically just checking people's social media and phones at the border. So yeah, and it seems like they are pretty much looking for anti-Trump rhetoric, which, I mean, I guess you could make the case, but I don't know, for a country that claims to, and I think it does, but this administration certainly doesn't give a right flying fuck about free speech. But for a country that's core value is freedom of speech, that seems a little suspect.
I mean, that's kind of like the whole Alex Jones things. Like everybody's, well, it's not freedom of speech from other people. I'm like, yeah, it is. It's
Well,
freedom of
no,
speech,
that
period. As long as it doesn't harm someone physically. Like with the whole like, I mean, I'm sorry, but if someone lost a leg and I'm sitting here making fun of them, can they sue me because I was making fun of them because they
no,
lost a
but
leg?
that doesn't legally fall under the that does not legally fall under the legal definition of defamation. And that's what Alex Jones was sued for.
Yeah, it still makes no sense to me.
I
Melania wrote a letter to Putin and asked him to restore children laughter after the flop meeting with her hubby. Such a ridiculous couple. Asking humanity to a gangster is funny or tragic or both. I don't know. That's okay.
I, yeah, not to be dismissive, but
Okay.
I don't I understand the words you're typing, but I don't understand what you mean by them.
Like you clearly lean left, but like that's okay. But like
I'm
we're
just
very
trying to
centered
make
around here.
sense. I'm
Yeah.
trying to make sense of what you're saying. But anywho, where was I going with that? So yeah, now it seems like it's funny because the title of this episode is cancel culture is canceled, but I think we're kind of in a little bit of more like a reciprocal cancel culture, and then I think it will eventually be canceled because now the right's just going after everybody who talk shit
Well,
when
it's not just the right. It's
it's
even
not
the left
just the right.
centrist, and it's people just sick of the bullshit. They're just like anything you say from 15 years ago can be used against you. It's like, dude, people are allowed to grow.
Oh yeah, no, that's not what I'm talking about. It just seems to me like the right is very much just going after its critics that admittedly talked a lot of shit, earlier. But
I mean, yeah, this is what I'm talking about. Is Alex Jones had a huge defamation lawsuit when all these right wing critics were going. I keep putting my hand in front of the camera. I'm sorry. All these right wing critics, going after Democrats. Or, I'm sorry, other way,
Democrats
right?
going
Yeah,
after,
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, so like are they allowed to sue these people for talking trash? Like the whole I
It
wonder how much
depends.
what's his face Rittenhouse made from the what was it? The lawsuits from CNN. I'd love to know
I
that.
think they're still ongoing, actually. I don't, did those ever get, I think those are
Supposedly
still,
they settled out of court
oh, okay. See, yeah.
for an undisclosed amount.
So he got
So I'm
paid.
sitting here thinking, yeah,
Well, I mean,
that's my point. So
substantial
I'm like,
because case in point, yeah,
that's
CNN, well, CNN was absolutely guilty of defamation.
that's
And they were
absolutely
trying,
defamation.
well, here's the truly grotesque thing is they were trying to weasel out of it because it is a stricter, or what I would say, it's a higher burden to prove defamation on a famous person. But his lawyer probably made this case is that Kyle Rittenhouse wasn't a famous person until after the defamation took place,
Exactly.
and that's probably why he probably would have won had it gone to trial. But they certainly,
He turned into the how about that girl.
well, I still think I wonder if he ever sued National Geographic.
I mean, like if he could sue one, then I wouldn't see why he didn't go after
Well, but
multiple publications.
National Geographic, I think, is probably a little bit more egregious because, but so here's another side to defamation. I'm not a lawyer, but I listen to lawyers talk.
I
Um,
play one on TV.
I've never played a lawyer. Oh wait, yes, I have. Not a real one. That just a
Oh yeah,
goofy.
on
Yeah,
the on the Pantheon podcast,
the award-winning
right?
podcast episode. Yeah, I was both a prosecutor and defense attorney. However, I do know that legal defamation, you also have to prove not you have to prove that the person who uh, made the statement knowing that it was false and not just sharing an opinion. And that's where most people lose is because they just go, "Well, I was just expressing an opinion, or I didn't know it was false. Uh, I was just talking about what was, put out into the public consciousness." This is why Candace Owens hasn't been successfully. Well, actually, I take that back because she was sued, but it hasn't been resolved. She was sued by the Prime Minister of France and his wife for all the talk she's been talking about. She's been talking about this for years about how or is it the president? It's either the president or prime minister. I can't remember, but Macron's wife, uh, she is making the claim that Macron's wife was a man prior and then had a sex change operation and assumed the identity of her deceased brother, except for the fact that her brother is still very much alive. And this woman has birthed three children biologically, and Candace will just not let this thing go. So they finally
Oh
said, well, no, they sued her. So we'll
no,
see.
I'm saying like like Michelle Obama. She's been pregnant how many times, and she doesn't even have one pregnancy picture, not one.
Yeah, but okay. So here's the funny thing about that. Like, and I'm sure Michelle Obama has
Do
pregnancy
I
pictures,
believe it? No, but
but
I'm just,
that's
it's
what they're saying.
funny.
But here's the funny thing, though. So I guess, and I do not know this, but I've heard a lawyer talk about it. Apparently, the Macrons sent her pregnancy photos and photos in the hospital and all this stuff as like, listen, like we get that your deal is, you know, talking about this kind of stuff, but like, can you please stop? Because here's all the evidence. Please leave us alone. And
Dude,
she apparently has
it's
not
not hard to
stopped.
doctor stuff up nowadays. Like, come on now, old photos and whatnot, dude. It's so easy to fake them.
Well,
Like, I no,
I for
like,
one,
listen, I'm just being devil's advocate. I don't believe any of this shit. Like, I
I
don't
know.
even, to be honest, I don't even know who you're talking about. Like, but at the same time, I'm just sitting here. It's like you never know, dude. Like, it's ridiculous. Like with
Well, I mean,
AI and everything
A
nowadays, and
DNA test would do it. And I think I may be wrong here, but I believe there were at least
sure, but
some
has
DNA.
she released one? So we don't
Well,
know.
no, I think she did send some to Candace. So I could be
Did she?
misremembering. I think,
She
but I
doesn't
could
have
be.
to. That's the thing. That's
Yeah,
the thing. She
but
doesn't have to. Like,
I as someone who is very critical of just the idea of France, even I'm kind of like, okay, they're asking you nicely to just cut it out. So
we're
I
gonna
I,
help you in the war.
I actually okay, I
That's
will
all we got. See you later.
I do have to. I do. So here's kind of the interesting thing, right? That reputation actually comes from one war, one war where admittedly, France just got caught with its pants down, and it became a stereotype for the next, hold on, how long was that? Over 100 years. And after that war, the Franco-Prussian War, after that war, France performed exemplary in the next two, with the exception of the Blitzkrieg. But admittedly, they didn't think that they'd drive tanks through the Ardennes forest. They didn't think that they would be crazy enough. Hindsight's 2020. But and I do have to give a special shout out to France though, because without the French army, you know, manning the line and giving the British Expeditionary Force time to escape, Britain may or may not have won the Battle of Britain. They may not have been able to reinvade along with the Allies on D-Day because they recovered like 300,000 soldiers and they were only expecting to get like 30 back. So 30,000, not 30 soldiers. So that's due in large part to the French army and the fact that for some reason Hitler was like, yeah, if we've gone far enough, they can take a nap now.
You're snittiest.
Yeah, schnitty. Another solid movie reference.
Get Dude, you should just start ding 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 and count how many references.
Dude, I do need to get I have my streaming board and I just haven't set it up. Actually, I don't have it. It's at my old house, but I have it. I do need to set it up because
Popeye's chicken's fucking
fucking
awesome.
awesome. I was dude, I don't know why. I was like mowing my lawn a couple weeks ago and I just recited that whole scene where Nicky is like gets his angel powers and he's like, release the gun.
Were
And it
you
was
mowing? Release the girl. Dude, no, no. You're the little devil that's mowing over the flowers.
oh no, that probably was like, yes. Oh no, I remember why, because I saw a rabbit and I go, yes, they're furry. And he's like, not you, not you. When he Papa's
I know
chicken
exactly.
is the shiznit. Little Nicky, watch it. By the way, speaking of, to get completely off topic, and I can cancel this. Did you watch Happy Gilmore 2 yet?
Hmm?
Eh,
It was fun.
it was
It that,
awful.
like it was exactly what everybody was crying about. They wanted continuation. They wanted closure. They wanted this, that. They wanted this, that. And then they're like, Veronica, Veronica died. And it's like, I mean, she died within the first five minutes of the movie, just like his dad in the original. It's like, I mean, it's
Yeah,
obviously a running joke that
yeah.
someone important to him is going to die
Funnily
within the
enough,
first 5 minutes of the movie.
funnily enough, that was one of the few things that didn't bug me about that movie's narrative.
She
But
she wasn't a standout character after the first one. Like, I mean, yeah, she was his wife and everything like that, but like, how could they have made a movie? It would just been him being successful and having a good life. Like, I mean, okay, who cares?
I had to explain that part to my wife because when she watched the first Happy Gilmore, she really didn't like I mean, like she wasn't like mad or anything, but she was just like, "Ooh, I don't like that." Like the dad dying being a punchline, right? And Chubbs
Hmm.
especially, she really didn't like that. She was like, "It's not funny though," and I'm like, "It's kind of funny, but comedy was different back then." But anyway, she really didn't like that, and I had to explain to her. I said, "Well, yeah, I get you might not like how the joke panned out, but he can't be happily married to her. Otherwise, there's nowhere for the story to go."
Yeah,
He has to have, for the narrative to continue, he has to have a negative arc that we don't see for the positive arc to come
yeah.
after.
And dude, all the alcohol scenes, man, like where he just always had alcohol and everything,
I
that
feel
reminded
like,
me of uh what was it? That's My Boy. Dude, because he always had a beer, and I was like,
yeah,
that's
yeah.
hilarious, man.
See, I thought that joke was like they killed the horse, they beat the dead horse, they resurrected the dead horse with necromancy just so they could kill it and beat it again. Like it's like enough.
Yeah.
We get it.
It wasn't a serious movie. It was
And
just meant to be enjoyed.
that's what I kept
That,
telling
that,
myself.
that's what everybody has lost in this country. They have lost the ability to just enjoy. They critique everything instead of just enjoying it. And then
That's
be like,
fair.
you know
That's
what?
probably
They
true.
could they could have changed this, but like, you know what? I had a good time. I laughed. So it's like
I guess my
that's the
problem is I
point.
didn't really. I guess that was my problem. I didn't really laugh all that much. I did get a kick out of seeing MJF in that movie, and plus Carl from Shameless. That was pretty funny. At
He
him and
did that
being,
for free.
I did. Oh, I believe it, dude. I did like the bit where they were talking about their jobs and they were all just doing the like the thing that Happy did at the beginning of the first one when he was talking about his jobs. I did get a kick out of that. That was pretty funny.
Dude, Eminem when he's drowning, he's like Detroit.
That was funny. Okay, I'll give you
Dude,
that. That was funny.
that was great because he played the dude because the old boy he passed away not too long ago or some
Yeah,
time ago, and he played his kid. He's like Happy Gilmore. That was good.
that
I
was
enjoyed
funny.
it.
Um,
Hey,
interesting thing about Happy.
even the canceled Rob Schneider was in it.
So funnily enough,
Get us back
I
on track.
well, no, I'll put a pin in that, and then I'll come back to it. But you'll appreciate this. So I'm showing my wife because I know Happy Gilmore 2 is coming out at this point. So I'm like, let's watch Happy Gilmore. It's been a minute. It's a funny movie. But then just totally not thinking about it when Bob Barker comes on, I'm like, oh, she's totally not gonna get this joke. Like she's not gonna, and I don't know how to explain this to her. So the best I could come up with was like, okay, so there's and I always forget, there's a very, 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 very famous sketch comedian who had a very long running show in Mexico, but he's known all throughout South America. And I had to be like, imagine that that's him. Like that's Paul Barker wasn't a comedian, but I was like, The Price is Right is ubiquitous in the United States. So it still didn't land, but I was like, that's the problem with comedy. I find they usually don't translate very well because they're so specifically referential. Like if you don't know who Bob Barker is, that whole bit's not very funny. It's just
Mm-mm.
Happy beating up an old man.
Yeah, it's like why is he fighting this old man?
Yeah, but if you know who Bob Barker is, that's hilarious. I'm
Hmm.
still dying laughing. But anyway, so back to Rob Schneider. Actually, first, it's hot out there, bro. Summer is in full swing. Although this week, at least in the Midwest, it seems like we're getting a reprieve. But just generally speaking, in the summer, you got to beat the heat somehow, and that's where our friends at Gevi come in, specifically with their Beat the Heat ice maker. Enjoy this look and check out the first link in the description to get yours today.
Oh, affiliate marketing like this, dude. Nice.
Oh yeah,
How did
we
you get
got.
this one? When did this one pop out?
Oh, this one we've had for a while. I just didn't know how to properly
Right
sell
on.
it.
We're back.
But yeah, so funny thing about Gevi is they were the first one to approach us. Um, and I was like, cool, yeah, I'll definitely do it. But I'm like, I don't know how to market your products. But when we figured it out, um, I found strange. Candace Owens married her husband after 20 days since the first day they met and without a single romantic dinner. I don't I don't know about that, so I'm not even going to begin to comment. I have no idea.
Even if so, that's not actually that all that uncommon. There's a
Unfortunately,
ton
yeah,
of them.
it is kind of weird though. Sometimes you do meet somebody and you just know. I mean, I can say that, but we're not talking about that. But
Yeah.
yes, Rob Schneider. Did you say aw?
Yeah. I mean, what is it? Was his whole lines? You could do it.
You can do
That was the
it.
only thing he had in there. But I
Well,
mean,
no,
he's been canceled, for a while. He's been blacklisted by Hollywood. Like, he hasn't been in anything in a long time.
just because he speaks the truth. I watched some of his stand up he's been doing over the years, and I'll be honest, it's pretty funny.
I, like, is it like knee slapper funny? Like, no, but is it truthful and funny?
It's
Yes.
truthful and funny. Yeah, yeah, that's a
That
good point. It's not Shane Gillis funny, who also was canceled. And
well, attempted canceled.
no,
Like he
no,
just
no,
like
no.
he just rolled with it. He didn't
I
get
mean, yeah, but
canceled. He
that's what
started
I'm
doing
saying.
shit.
And so I'm actually going to attribute after we're kind of talking about Rob Schneider a bit. I saw a video where Adam Sandler was talking about because they noted his inclusion in Happy Gilmore too. And I mean, kudos to Adam Sandler. He's like, I'll put him in every one of my movies because whether I agree with what he says or not, like, he's my
He's
friend.
still my friend. Exactly.
It's like, and to be fair, I don't think that's like saying that he disagrees with. I mean, I'm sure he disagrees with something Rob says, but that's not the point. And like, if there's one thing you can say about Adam Sandler is that he sticks by his friends. and puts them in all his movies.
I would ask anybody who disagrees with anyone politically, it's like, do you really care that you disagree with them so much, or is it because you're kind of geared that way, like like someone put something in your brain and then now you just think everybody's stupid just because you thought this, and then like have you done your research, do you know everything for a fact? Because I'll be honest, a lot of the times Jake has called me out before if I'm not correct about something, he'll gladly correct me, but like a lot of the times nowadays I do not talk until I know I'm correct. I'm not going to sit there and go back and forth or disagree on his stand up. Yeah, I said it wasn't very funny. I just said it was truthful and funny. So I was like, you know, not like hilarious, like Kevin Hart, like when he first came out on the scene, that
See,
that
that's
that dude
funny.
was like ridiculous.
I've never found Kevin Hart funny.
Dude, I don't see how you couldn't find the dude funny, like his stand up, like
I will
bit
be the
about his son and like the teacher and the cursing, dude, like
because I
that
don't
joke.
to be fair, I have a much drier sense of humor than most people do. So I'm not one. I don't like the comedians that get out there and just scream at everything and make like pop pop joke joke pop 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 pop. I like the more like subdued. Like I was.
Dude,
This sounds funny. I was a big Lewis Black fan, but most of his act is him being sane,
he's
and
so
then
dreadful.
oh, dude, I loved it. I loved it. But here's my
Boo.
point. That's probably why I enjoyed Rob Schneider's comedy a little bit more because he takes you on. I don't mean intellectual in the sense that it's like academic, but I mean he takes you on an intellectual journey and then has a punchline at the end, and that's the kind of comedy that I really dig. Shane Gillis does something similar, but it's less intellectual and more like narrative, which is why again I really like his comedy. But kind of spinning back into cancel culture, Shane Gillis was canceled very early, and I forget what it was for. It was for his podcast. Something happened, and this was when he had gotten the job at SNL, but then that circulated, and then they fired him. And
Yeah.
I'm not saying Shane Gillis killed cancel culture, but I think he deserves credit for kind of showing certain people the way because he wasn't as high profile when he got canceled, but to your point, he said, "Fuck it." Like, what else you gonna do? I heard him say this, like, "What else you gonna do to me?"
Yeah,
So
exactly.
I'm just gonna keep, and then got famous in spite of his cancellation because
Yeah,
I
I
didn't
haven't
know.
seen Roseanne's last special. Um,
I have not.
yeah, I'll be honest. Roseanne's not really a funny comedian. She's a funny actor. Like she's not a stand-up comedian. Like I don't know. She's witty, but like she's a good actor. That's like Tim or not Tim. What's his face? Yeah, Toolman Taylor. What's
Tim
his name?
Allen, yeah, Tim
Tim.
Allen.
Okay, geez, Tim Allen. He's not very funny stand-up wise, but he's a funny
But as
actor.
an actor,
Like
he's yeah, and
like
it's
Jim
funny.
Carrey, he could do both.
Yeah, Robin Williams could do both. Although
Robin
Robin
Williams,
Williams
Chris Rock can do both.
he can. Yep. Robin Williams is surprising though, because like when you're like us, and we grew up with Robin Williams in the movies, and then you watch a stand up for the first time, you're like, holy shit.
Oh, and also the right wing comedy. I don't think I've ever actually seen anything truly right wing
He's
comedy
talking
as
about Steven Crowder.
oh well, Steven Crowder's hilarious. He's a
No,
douchebag, but
he's
he's
talking
funny.
about his stand up routine specifically.
Oh, he has a stand up.
Yeah,
I I've
it's
never
not
watched any
good.
of his stand up.
It's hard to find, and there's a reason for that because it's
Well,
fucking
his
terrible.
political commentation, like was funny. Like when he would do the Crowder confronts, and then the one transgender talking about wanting to firebomb his car, and he's like, "Is this you?" And he's like, "Why would you say that? Why would he just walks right up in this person's business?" And I'm just like, "You brave,
You do like the Crowder
stupid,
you
but
like
brave."
well not really. I mean he's not a small
I don't
man.
like it because, well, to be fair, you're going into someone's private business and putting a camera into an
That's the
employee.
so we talked about that way back.
I
It was
don't.
under a different context. I was talking about Veritas, Project Veritas.
If it's public, whatever. Like no
Yeah,
one
if
can
you're out
really
on the
truly stop you.
sidewalk, I don't really care. But
Well, even in
I
a public
felt
building. But
yeah,
yeah.
I felt so bad about that poor restaurant owner on the Project Veritas video that you had sent me to
Mhm.
watch. I'm just like, man, this this dude just trying to run his pizzeria, and like you're starting fights and shoving people, and like now, granted, nobody from Project Veritas shoved anybody, but they I don't even want to say they instigated it because they didn't invite physical confrontation, but it's like you created the situation to a point, and I just felt bad for the business owner because it
But
doesn't
also
matter.
at the end of the day, the person who escalates it physically is the aggressor. Doesn't matter what anyone says. Like I mean, you should be able to control yourself. You know,
Well,
like
the
that.
only
If you don't have
yeah,
enough control to stop yourself from like lashing out after someone because they said something, you're a weak-minded individual and you don't deserve to be here.
I agree. The problem is though is that a lot of times, even if nobody in the restaurant need to be directly involved, but since it happened on the premises, a lot of times they can still be held legally liable for injuries or damages. I don't agree
That
with
feels
that.
pretty funny sometimes. Not all the time, but
I've
like
not
sometimes
watched him
it's
enough.
really cringy. I've watched a few things. I'm sorry. No, I interrupt. What did you say? What?
No, I had made my point.
Oh,
That's all I'm saying. But yeah, I think any kind because let's be real, far left comedians aren't funny at all either.
horribly. Center's the best. Like Kill Tony. Like that shit is
Oh
hilarious.
God. Oh, Kill Tony is
Well,
something
and then the
else.
best thing to come out of that, dude, Dr. Phil is quite possibly the best thing ever. Have you seen his stand up when he's doing the singing?
I have.
And it's the best thing ever. Like it's
I have. That's
hilarious.
good.
I'm like, dude, these left wing comedians, the right wing comedians, whatever, like that. None of them can touch the center. Like
Well, because the
that's where
problem is
everybody
the
should be.
center, the people, the silent majority, the people that are in the middle, at least where comedy is concerned, is they're funny because they prioritize the joke. Whereas the more fringe, like the super right wing and the super left wing, they are trying to spread an ideology and they're desperately trying to make people laugh, but the ideology comes first as opposed to the comedy. Because I think
Yeah,
Bill Burr has a great joke about abortion, and it's funny because he's in the middle of it, and he doesn't come out and say like I'm a moderate, but the joke is because he sets you up thinking that he's going to be super liberal about it. Because he's like, I don't listen. I think that women have blah 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 blah. And he goes on and saying he's like, but at the end of the day, like, what is the joke? It's something to the effect he's like, listen, I think women should be able to make decisions about their own body, blah blah blah. He's like, but when I get up to fucking heaven and they ask like, you know, what happened here, I can point to all of you and say they're the ones that killed. It
dude,
was them.
that's hilarious because I think Andrew Scholes stole that
He did.
joke from Bill
He did
Burr.
something similar. Yeah,
Because
he
no,
did
he was
something
literally
very
saying it.
similar.
He was talking about women. He goes, you know what?
Oh,
You're right. You're right. It's your body, your choice. But at the end of the day, when we get up to heaven and God's, says, "Why did you kill us?" Maybe he goes, "We."
yeah. They both did a version
Because
of it.
no, what did he say? No uterus, no decision, no. What is it? I don't know
No
the
uterus,
slogan.
no opinion, or something like that.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like, okay, so no uterus, no opinion. So guess what? You're on your own.
Well, Andrew Schultz is another guy who just he's never been canceled, but I get the distinct impression that he really doesn't care. I mean, his podcast is called Flagrant. Like there's a reason, but he's got a great bit. Have you heard his bit about blackface?
Mm-mm.
Oh God, it's so funny. I'm gonna paraphrase it, but you should
I
look it up
probably
on
have, but
you have because he starts out and he goes like 2 minutes with the audience, and it's the first like minute or 2 minutes is all about how like blackface is always wrong, blackface is bad, and he goes, but
except
but
yeah.
and because there's a black man in the audience, he was like, if you and me, we're going on a mission, SEAL team style, and we're going, it's at 1 a.m. You're gonna want me to blackface up. He's like, you got to give me that. He tells it's a much better joke coming from him, but because again, he sets you up, which I mean, that's comedy. Listen here, kids, this is how comedy works: is you give the audience a certain expectation, and then you pivot to the opposite for comedic and ironic effect,
Yeah, it's just I don't know. We've tried to go too far.
as opposed to getting up there and being like, "All these liberals, am I right?"
Well, I mean, don't go to a comedy show if you get easily offended. That's just
That's
stupid.
what I always think. I'm like, why are you here? Like, do you not
Yeah.
understand?
They should have told Will Smith that. Like, what are you doing, man?
Well, see, and
Keep
ironically,
my wife's name.
he didn't get canceled at all. Should have been.
No.
No, he shouldn't have.
Well,
Nobody get.
yeah, he did because he had several movies, and I don't even think they did good or something like that. Or like I
Well,
know
that's
that
because they
King Arthur
sucked.
or whatever was good.
King Richard
Whatever
never
one,
watched it.
King Richard. Well, apparently a lot of people have seen it, and they go, "Oh, I loved you in that. It was so good." Da, da,
Yeah,
da."
well, this is
But
the same
but then
group
he
of
smacks
people.
Chris Rock.
Yeah, this is the same group of people that gave Moonlight the Oscar for Best Picture. I don't trust their opinion.
I don't care. He's still a good actor. Like that's the
I
thing. Like I will gladly take my personal opinions beside because like I'm gonna give you a prime example of this because like I was in our public library here in the town closest to me, and I had my son with me, and one of the people was a flaming liberal, and I'm just gonna say it like that because it was the fucking most annoying thing ever. I'm sitting there with my kid, and he's talking about the new Harry Potter series. And this person interject, I don't like J.K. Rowling because of what she does. And I just like look at him like, he's 9. He's
yeah,
9. Shut the fuck. I was like, dude,
yeah. Nobody asked you.
shut your fucking mouth. Like I was just like, and then
Read the
I was like,
room.
no, listen here, they them, go fuck off.
Um, no, but so your point about Will Smith, I'll be the first to admit, if Will Smith's in a movie, I'm probably going to be interested in it. Another example is Tom
Welcome to
Cruise.
Earth.
Welcome to
Yeah,
Earth.
dude. Anything Tom Cruise is in except
Tom Cruise is an insane person.
I
He is a terrible piece of shit human being. I still laugh my ass off when I watch Tropic Thunder.
Well,
And
that and still enjoy Top Gun,
Top Gun
Maverick.
Maverick was awesome. And I'm just
Just saying. I watched War of the Worlds the other day. It still holds up. It's still really good. I haven't
the
tried to
man.
watch the new one with Ice Cube. That was terrible. I don't recommend it. Yeah, you
Yeah,
didn't
I
even
don't.
know that, did you?
No, I did not. No, they remade
Listen
War of the
up,
Worlds.
aliens. I'm coming for you right now, motherfucker. No, I'm just kidding. No, it
But
was bad
here's the
good though.
thing. Here's the thing. I would have believed it. He just looks at the alien and goes, I like Will Smith, but I'm going to make fun of him for the rest of his career for slapping Chris Rock and following it up with Emancipation.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's the way
100%.
to go about it. You get to make fun of them, because the thing is, it's like if someone shit their pants in college, you're still going to call them the brown bomber. It just is what it is.
Yeah, there are some things you'll never live down. Oh,
Like when someone
Emancipation.
tried to make
Oh,
fun
was
of you.
Emancipation bad? Oh, I was excited about that. Was it bad? I haven't seen it yet. That's disappointing. That looked like it was going to be a solid movie. Unlike Harriet, which I thought was going to be a terrible movie, turned out to be pretty good. It's a Harriet Tubman biopic.
Terrible, terrible.
Terrible.
Was that poor excuse? Was that poor? Was that supposed to be me? Oh man,
Oh
we're
gosh.
rambling.
Nah, we can bring it back. I mean, there's not that much to say about cancel culture being canceled, other than the fact that he called it a mistake, so take it as you will. Oh, well, it might have been good.
A mistake. Oh, the movie.
Yeah. I'm still debating on whether or not that slap was like pre-planned or not.
You think it was I mean, if you believe that, then I mean 7-Eleven is a part-time job. I'm not so sure the jury's out on that one. I don't want to say 9, ten to
Wow,
1.
that's good. That's a solid joke. Wow, that's good. I like that. That's funny. I feel like that should be a t-shirt.
I want to do a Kill Tony set, dude.
Dude, if I mean, I think I'm reasonably funny, but I don't think I'm that funny.
Oh, I was gonna say I think we could definitely hang in there. Maybe.
I don't know. We're pretty decent at improv. I can't write for shit, but if
That's my
somebody
point.
serves,
Like
yeah,
I would just have to go in there and just be like Tony Two Tone or whatever his name is. Have you seen that guy? Tony something. He's just got a leather jacket on. He's like, Where you been for the last blah blah blah? I was in jail for how long? 2 months. And he's like, "Oh yeah, well, oh, did you have this job? Oh yeah, how long did you trade? 2 months." Every answer was 2 months. Like the dude was funny. He was kind of lame, but just his charisma was funny on
I
that
don't know.
show.
I loved the Kill Tony and I always forget the other comedian's name, but Shane Gillis was Trump, and then the other guy was Biden.
Oh, that
Um,
was Adam Ray.
I'm
He's
right.
the guy.
Okay. Yeah.
He's the
Yeah.
guy who does
Dr. Phil. Yeah.
Phil,
Yeah. I
and
knew it was the
he
same
did
guy.
Tony. Did you
Oh
see him do
God.
Tony?
No, I didn't.
Dude, like literally, like he did the laugh and everything like perfectly because he was doing something and like every time Tony would laugh really loud, he like raises his face and he like,
Yeah.
opens his
Oh,
mouth really
fun.
wide, dude. He encapsulated it perfectly.
Yeah. Funnily enough, they tried to cancel Kill Tony after that Trump campaign performance, and it's just
Yeah,
like, guys, like I
it
think
didn't
that was
work.
a
It just
moment.
made him
Yeah.
bigger.
Yeah. That was a moment where you were just like, guys, you know he's a comedian, right? Like he's not actually calling Puerto Rico an island of garbage.
Yeah, he was literally talking about an actual problem, and you guys are just too stupid to hear the joke because your fucking ass is where your head should be.
Well, but okay, that would be like me getting offended by somebody making a joke about Indiana, which it's funny because it's partially true.
We make fun of it all the time anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like I have a fucking sense of humor, you baby. It's like I make fun of Canada all the time and Justin doesn't get bent out of shape. Actually, I will say I got to give Canada credit for one thing. Generally speaking, generally speaking, as a country, they have a pretty good sense of humor about Canadian stereotypes. Because both he and Toast got a kick out of when I had them on the podcast as guests to give the Canadian perspective. And there was to the right of the thumbnail it had both of their like avatars, and it said featuring real Canadians. They both got a kick out of that. I was proud of that joke. I thought that was pretty funny.
With
That's
real
what killed.
now, no, you should have put now with real Canadians. Oh, that
Oh,
would have been
damn.
perfect.
That would have been funny. That would have been pretty funny. But I think the title was something like Trump the Canadian Perspective or something. Oh no, I think it was the Canadian election. That's what it was. It was featuring real Canadians. That's what kills me is a lot of these jokes, I don't try to make you all laugh. I try to make myself laugh or Eric laugh. And those are I think that's my best work is when I just pop myself. So I'm like, oh, this is funny. Kind of like how anytime we do a Star Wars episode on Toon Talk, I always put somehow, some way, I put either Spock or the USS Enterprise in the thumbnail somewhere inconspicuously just to piss him off. Fuentes is really gay.
What does that
Oh,
have to do with
imagine.
anything?
And then he falls in love with a black dude. That would be funny. Even good things can happen to racist people. I feel like
What's Nick?
not with
Who's
Nick
Nick
Fuentes.
Fuentes?
How do I explain Nick Fuentes? Because I know who he is. He's a guy who he's a political and social commentator who says a lot of really like just blatantly racist shit. Um, but I mean, he's
What is he, far right or something?
yeah, super duper far right, but to the point of like I don't want to attribute something to him that he didn't say, but if I remember correctly, he said a lot of stuff that were very Nazi-ish. Like there's a lot of like white power without saying white power. Maybe sometimes
I
he
mean,
actually said white power.
he sounds pretty gay.
You're gay.
You're gay.
You're gay.
He called JD Vance a fat race trader. He's
Yeah,
against
that's.
Trump regarding
Oh, speaking of
Israel.
which, I meant to comment on that, but I think I got taken away. Like your video, Justin, about how that reason why MAGA will not inherit JD Vance. Spot on. Spot on. You're absolutely right. And thank you for including the Canadian color with the extra U in there. He's against Trump regarding Israel narrative. Oh God, here we go. Of course he is, because nothing pisses off a white supremacist more than Jewish people. They look like us, but they're not.
That was a good one.
Explain it to me any other way.
They not like us.
They're not like us.
Oh shit.
Has Drake been canceled yet?
Has who been canceled?
Drake.
I don't know.
I know that song's not from Drake, but it's about Drake.
Didn't he diddle a young girl?
Yeah, allegedly. I know that
I'm sorry. Allegedly, I need to put
well,
that
no.
in.
He was messaging a 17-year-old. I think that's where the whole and that's been
17.
confirmed. Yeah.
It's like 17. I knew exactly what I was doing. Like I'm not like, and supposedly 17-year-old. I'm not saying it's right.
I was gonna say tread carefully
By
because
any means.
I know
Oh, I
what you're
don't care.
saying,
Like
but
people need to hear out a whole opinion before they fucking go and go, oh,
yeah,
this
but
is
they
what he
won't.
believes. It's like, I know, because 90% of the people are retarded and have TikTok brain and can't listen to someone more than 20 seconds
I've
without
already
answering.
swiped 3 times.
Exactly. So that's my point. So people being uneducated and like not enough patience to just listen to the whole video. That's been the left's problem this entire time. Like if
The
they would
right's
have,
not much better.
well, yeah, but for the most part, they don't, like just watch like 10
So
seconds of a video and then just
yeah,
run with it.
you're right. The problem that seems to be more of a left problem. The problem with the right
I'm
though is that
center. I'm not right.
yeah, no, that's why I'm not saying you,
I
Graham Norton,
know.
there for a second. I'm not saying you. No, the problem with the right I've seen is that if one of their people says something, they're just like, oh, it's 100% true. Like oh, here's my favorite, and I saw this today. Right, I saw this today.
I might be a little retarded.
No, this is legit so fucking stupid. Um, the Trump administration has directed Border Patrol to paint the border wall black
Why?
because it gets hotter in the sun. I'm not even shitting you. I'm not joking. Christine Noem held a press conference today at the border talking about it, specifically citing that in this hot weather, painting it black will make it hotter. Let's not even get into the fact that all you have to do is wait for the sun to go down, or I don't know, wear gloves, or I mean, there's a number of things you can do that make that. See, here's the thing: if it's a 10-foot wall, sure, but that border spans the entire southwest border. That's billions of dollars of paint.
Well,
Billions.
to be fair, at least they won't have to worry a whole lot during the day. Do you think they're
Well,
really coming with gloves, man? A lot of them are
yes.
coming with just the shirt on their back. Like,
No,
are they really that set up?
okay, the ones that they are actually claiming to be worried about are absolutely coming with gloves.
Oh, okay, yeah, you know that I get. Yeah,
Yeah,
I understand that. Okay, that's
yeah.
fair.
Well,
I,
but
I'm
okay,
talking
but
about the average person, who like maybe went to the port of entry and they denied them, and then like, of course, like, don't get me wrong, there are ones here that are just literally trying to better life and trying to work and whatnot. I have no
yeah,
problem with them. Like, yeah, it
yeah, I know,
sucks
and
that
that's
they're,
that's the frustrating part, though, is that the Trump
and it's hard to
administration.
tell that to somebody because they're like, oh, you just hate all of them, don't you? I'm like, you're an ignorant redneck if you think that way. Like, I hate to say it like that. There are
Say that
rednecks on
again.
the left and right.
This is
Don't
true.
you do that, you son of a bitch. Don't touch my Mountain Dew. It's got electrolytes.
It's got a plant crave.
I watched that the other day, dude, or not the other day, a couple weeks ago, and it still holds up so well. And it
Dude,
came true so
it
much
used
faster than 500 years into the
yeah,
future.
it used to be a comedy,
Now it's
and
our truth.
yeah, now it's scary.
People,
Now it's a horror film. It's like
it's
28 it's like 28 years later, but it started as a comedy.
dude, those are good movies. I haven't seen the newest one. I need to watch it. I don't
I
know if
hear
you
it's
did you
good.
ever give them a chance?
I've never got into them,
It's a different type of zombie movie. It's not Walking Dead. Like, Walking Dead, you got the slow zombies. These you remember World War Z or
which I didn't care for. But yes, I saw World War Z. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
it
a full
is.
board documentary now. But something else you should try. You should try giving our friends at Again and Forever a listen, and here's just a snippet of their latest single, Chop Suey Reimagined.
Breaking news, Charles Manson, the infamous cult leader who led a string of murders in the 1960s.
Outrage to suicide.
That's what I was saying. I'll just look through real quick.
And that's right. You can check out Again and Forever. The link is in the description on YouTube. In the YouTube description here. Their YouTube is in the description of this video. Wow, that got kerfluffled. But yes, you can check out all their new singles for their upcoming album release, Chronicles of a Serial Killer, and it's good shit. I'm a big fan of their reimagining of All the Things She Said, that tattoo song that was big in the early 2000s. It rocks now. And for all you
Yeah, it's not.
Beatles fans,
What the thing she said? No.
yeah,
Oh yeah.
now it shreds. For all you Beatles fans out there, they've also done Imagine Reimagined, which is really good. And as a Beatles hater, I actually do like the song Imagine somewhat, but Again and Forever's version is way better. Trying to see, make sure your audio's still on.
Should be.
Yep. All right.
Did it work for you? I didn't hear
Yep.
it. Okay, good.
Yep. And of course, now there's a lot of people in the chat. So has anyone in the chat ever been canceled? Justin, you did kind of get canceled in a way. You had a bunch of people unfollow you because you spoke the truth. Welcome to the right, buddy. That's just gonna piss him off. That's just gonna piss him off.
Welcome to the center.
No, he has admitted. He even said, "What was it? What did you say, Justin? You said like 2 years ago we would not have been friends because you were. I'm. Correct me if I'm misquoting you, but you were so up your own ass." What is a lyricist?
La racist.
Oh, being low racist. Ah, what's a lyricist? It's someone who plays the lyre. Actually, is that true? Because a lyricist is someone who writes lyrics. So would a lyricist be someone who plays the? Hang on. Google.
Someone who plays tons of Laura Croft.
A lyricist. Someone who plays
Damn it.
the lyre.
LaRusso, if old boy doesn't show up, I'm blaming you. And by old boy,
Oh, that comment makes so much more sense now. For some
Oh,
reason, I thought that was still Depeche Mode. I see.
no,
Oh, okay. So
Depeche
someone who
Mode, that's
plays
such a good name.
someone who plays the lyre is a lyrist. That makes sense. Not a
Not a
lyricist.
lyricist.
That's right, Daniel. Oh, he's over here being lyricist, Johnny. Get him. Oh, yeah. Cobra Kai. I made a point because when we decided the topic of this
Oh,
podcast.
I forgot about the movie. I haven't seen it yet.
What's that? What movie?
Hasn't the Cobra Kai movie come out?
Movie? You mean Karate Kid
not
Legends?
Cobra Kai, Karate Kid. Yeah, I haven't watched it yet.
Is all right. Is all right. But I'm glad. Thank you, Mr. Lawrence and Mr. LaRusso. Car John. These guys crack me up. I love them. If you're watching this after the fact, replay the live chat and bear witness to this glory. These two dudes are so awesome. I wish we could have them on the podcast, but I know that they're not because Daniel LaRusso and Johnny Lawrence don't actually exist, or maybe they do. But anyway, my point being,
it is them.
That's true. It is them. It is them. It's absolutely them. Don't make me pull that billboard stunt again. You guys are awesome. But anyway, I'm glad you guys showed up because you reminded me. I did want to give Cobra Kai some love because Cobra Kai was making fun of cancel culture from the very beginning and
Mm-hmm.
calling it out for how stupid it was and how you beat it because Johnny just either didn't care or didn't know. And it makes for comedy gold. So thank you, Johnny Lawrence, for depussifying America.
Quiet.
What? Actually, I think that was when I knew. Well, I knew it was going to be a good show, but that's such a great moment. And I love how they
Yeah,
carry the joke through all the way to the end.
it was so good. The ending was good too.
So good. Bravo.
Chef's kiss.
Yes. Actually, Johnny, you should pull the billboard stunt again.
I
'Cause I
loved
think
it, dude. How they brought back Cobra Kai at the very end. That was so sick. Like that
it
was just
is.
so sick. It was
Which
poetic.
funnily enough, though, I was right because if you remember way back, way back when we were talking about season 5. To be fair,
LaRusso, you literally are able to like just have a bunch of kids just go to school and fight each other, and it was your kids who started it.
no, technically Tori started that fight.
Was it?
Yeah, Tori threw the first punch.
Sorry, Daniel. Sorry, Daniel. My bad, dude. My bad. I don't want no beef.
Hey, he's not going to slash your prices on your new used vehicle now.
I know how much of a hothead you are.
That's true. You kicked
You
a
act
man's
like you're
boba.
calm and cool and collected, but you did. You kicked a man's boba, and you kicked Johnny's piece.
I was going to say something. Oh, so remember way back when we were talking about season 5 of Cobra Kai, which is an episode that you can go back and watch, which you should definitely do because we need to get our watch time up so we can get monetized and bring you guys more. It was Tori and Miguel. No, yeah, that's true. They did kind of instigate it, didn't they? Never mind. But anyway, I had said um, that Eagle Fang was not a random name that he chose for his dojo. That was done and it was done masterfully because it doesn't make any sense because eagles don't have fangs. And I was talking about how that is Johnny trying to distance himself from Cobra Kai, but Cobra Kai has become a perversion of what it is supposed to be. And the fact that his new dojo is Eagle Fang signaled to me that narratively speaking, he's going back to Cobra Kai at some point because Eagle Fang doesn't make sense.
No.
It's an oxymoron. It's not an oxymoron, but eagles don't have fangs. So when he donned the Cobra Kai gi again, I was just like, I was right. Called it. Took a while, but I
Lawrence, you
called it.
are correct. You did turn Hawk into the baddest he could be.
You did, and that we talk about Hawk in that episode
And
too.
Hawk really pussified in the last season. He seemed so weak compared to everybody else. And I was like, dude, he was a beast in what was it, the second season?
Yeah, but that's when he went too far, much like our current political climate. He just went too far, and then he had to come. And the pendulum usually doesn't revert to center. It usually goes way far back a little, overcorrects again, and then eventually we get. Yeah, I know. But anyway,
Jalapeno hurricane. Jalapeno hurricane.
they called it the meat tornado.
Bowling balls.
I still tell that story, dude.
American Pie.
Still tell that one too.
Oh gosh.
You did turn Hawk into the baddest he could be. But now all those kids are better off
Absolutely.
in story. Well, except for the one that died, but that was his own fault.
That sucked, dude. He was a good fighter. I liked him.
Yeah, but he was a dick.
I know, but he had so much like potential.
I just can't get over Sensei Wolf being like a legitimate badass in the show and then thinking about him in Mortal Kombat and just being like, what could have been. What
He
could
was
have
pretty
been.
badass.
In Mortal Kombat?
No, and yeah.
Oh,
no,
in
he was
Cobra
all
Kai.
right in Mortal Kombat.
He got his ass kicked until the very end after he got his literal plot armor.
That's true.
Oh, please, Johnny, it's not the Miyagi-Do way. I'm tired of hearing that name. These guys are awesome. You guys need to come earlier in the live stream, though.
Yeah, like everybody always hits us when we're about to be done.
Yeah, after we've rambled and then just start talking about
That's not true
random.
though. We had Depeche Mode and Justin on here and
Yeah, but
then
Justin's
of course
always.
Johnny and Daniel come in here arguing.
Oh, which by the way, I don't know if you guys can see, but Justin is ranked at. Oh no, Daniel LaRusso has taken the crown at number one. Although you're all tied with the same experience points, so I don't know.
Daniel LaRusso has time for us.
Well, yeah, because Lord
Johnny's
knows he
not even
doesn't
a
go to.
top fan.
Yeah, because Lord knows Daniel LaRusso never goes to work. I would join Johnny Lawrence's Cobra Kai.
Absolutely.
I'm not
Because
joining
we don't
Terry
want to be
Silvers,
pussies.
but we also don't want to be involved in criminal activity. Looking at
Yeah.
you, Terry.
Damn,
Daniel
Daniel's
LaRusso
so
stealing
good.
it. Oh man, but that put Justin at the top. Solid comment. But yeah, dude, I don't really have much else. We're getting back in our groove, so we promise we'll be better going forward. And somewhat, I'm not going to put a date on it, but somewhat soon we should be back in studio.
Yeah.
Relatively.
And also this 6 o'clock for now is like fantastic.
Yeah, I love it.
6 to 6:30, we're good.
Yep, it's phenomenal. In fact, we should make it 6:30 from now on because what I didn't anticipate is I had to run to the store on my way home, and that got me back like with 15 minutes. But then I shit you not, dude. I got stuck inside the gated dog park because somebody, and here's the irony. No, here's the reason why though, because when you own a pit bull, you are always very conscious of other people, other dogs, and the rule in this complex is all dogs outside must be on a leash regardless of size, which is a good rule. Except there's some jackass that lives here that always lets his little frou-frou like tiny little yappy dogs run free and unsupervised. And they're very aggressive, but they're this big. So, like, this little maybe 8 pound, 6 to 8 pound dog is trying to pick a fight with my 100 pound pit bull, and my 100 pound pit bull is petrified. But here's the thing. Normally I would just walk past it and just ignore it because it can't do anything to me or my dog. And this happened again once in the early morning hours, and there were two of them. And I honestly, I didn't kick it hard, but I like nudged it with my foot, just like get the fuck out of my way. But anyway, so this dog is at the gate, and there's a lot of people watching, and a lot of people outside, including children. And I'm like, great. They all think that my dog's going to attack this, and just on the off chance that it escalated, because it happens, right? So I had to wait for this dog to just lose interest and go away. Thankfully, somebody came by and like walked by and the dog got interested in them, but that took a solid 10 minutes to get out. And it's all
That's
because
annoying.
it is, and it's truly ironic because you've met my dog. Like, doesn't hurt a fly, but there's a perception there.
Other people don't know that though. That's the only unfortunate.
Yeah, other people have no idea.
Johnny and Daniel, you guys need to do a podcast.
You do. You
You guys
legit,
call it
dude.
Cobra Kai Cast.
Oh man, no, hang on. We can do this. Like Johnny Lawrence and Daniel LaRusso should have a podcast. And what would Cobra Cast?
Cobra Cast.
Hey guys, talk to me. We'll figure out a way to make it happen legitimately. And you guys can do a Cobra Kai watch along podcast like we do on the Final Frontier with Star Trek. Let's do it.
Cobra Doe.
Join.
Dojo. Cobra Dojo.
I like Cobra Cast. I think that's solid. But guys, hit me up. Join the Arte Media family. Let's make it happen.
Right on, right on.
But until
All right,
then,
all right, all right.
Cobra Kai watch along. It's going to be mad. I'm telling you guys, you should do it. Let's do it. Let's make it happen. Let's make it happen. Hit
But until
me up.
then,
Hit me up. Visit our website, rtmedia.org, go down to contact, sends an email to me. Let's make it happen. But anyway, thank you for enjoying this episode of the Average Intelligence Podcast. Hopefully you're a little bit more hopefully you're a little bit less average and a little bit more intelligent. But judging by my inability to speak today, probably not. And I apologize to no one because you can't cancel me. I don't have anything for you to take.
I'm the gingerbread man. See you next Wednesday, Lapuso.
These guys are phenomenal. Later, everybody.